Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mechanical Psychology. Have you ever noticed yourself doing something that most people don't understand? You park your car, you walk away, then you stop and look back at it one more time. Not because it's expensive, not because you're showing off, but because something about it feels alive. Most people assume drivers who prefer raw, unfiltered cars are simply chasing nostalgia. They think you're attached to old technology. They think you're resisting progress. After all, modern cars are faster, safer, quieter, and more comfortable than ever before. So why would anyone willingly choose heavier steering, manual transmissions, louder cabins, and fewer electronic assists? The standard explanation is simple. You just enjoy driving. But psychology suggests there's something much deeper going on, because the people who are drawn to raw, mechanical cars often share a unique psychological profile, a profile built around sensation, control, identity, and something surprisingly rare in today's world. And near the end of this video, I'll reveal the hidden trait that researchers rarely discuss, the one that explains why some drivers feel emotionally disconnected from modern vehicles, even when they're objectively better. Today, we're talking about a psychological profile I call mechanical authenticity. Mechanical authenticity is the tendency to prefer experiences that feel direct, tangible, and unfiltered. People with this trait aren't necessarily anti-technology. They use smartphones, they appreciate innovation, they understand progress. But when it comes to experiences that matter deeply to them, they want to feel connected to the process itself, not just the outcome. And nowhere is this more obvious than in the automotive world. For these drivers, a car isn't merely transportation, it's an interface between mind and machine. Every vibration, every shift, every sound, every tiny imperfection becomes information. The vehicle stops feeling like a product and starts feeling like a conversation, and that's where the psychology begins. One of the strongest signs of mechanical authenticity is an obsession with feedback. Most people judge a car by how comfortable it feels. You judge it by how much it tells you. A modern luxury car isolates you from the road. A raw car introduces you to it. You feel the pavement through the steering wheel, you feel weight transfer in corners, you hear changes in engine load, you notice subtle shifts in grip. Psychologically, this relates to sensory engagement. Your brain is constantly gathering information from the environment. The more meaningful feedback you receive, the more involved your mind becomes in the experience. Raw cars provide continuous streams of sensory data, and for certain personalities, that creates a state of heightened awareness that feels deeply satisfying. You aren't seeking discomfort, you're seeking connection. Many people want a car that removes challenges. You often prefer one that presents them. Manual transmissions, heel-toe downshifting, managing traction, understanding vehicle balance. These aren't obstacles to you. They're opportunities. Psychologists call this mastery motivation, the desire to improve competence through repeated practice. Every successful shift, every smooth corner, every perfectly executed maneuver triggers small dopamine rewards in the brain, not because you arrived somewhere, but because you performed something well. This is why automated systems sometimes feel strangely empty. The task gets completed, but your brain wasn't required to participate. And participation is what creates satisfaction. This doesn't mean you hate technology. That's a misunderstanding. The real issue is agency. Agency is your sense of personal control over events. Humans are psychologically wired to value agency. When you make a decision and see its consequences, your brain strengthens the connection between action and outcome. Raw cars preserve this relationship. Your inputs matter, your mistakes matter, your successes matter. The machine doesn't constantly intervene, it responds. For many drivers, that's incredibly rewarding, because modern life increasingly removes agency. Algorithms recommend what to watch, apps tell you where to go, software predicts what you want. A raw car becomes one of the few places where your decisions still feel completely yours. Now we're entering deeper psychological territory.
There's a mental state called flow. Flow occurs when your skills perfectly match a challenge. Time feels distorted, distractions disappear, you become completely immersed. Athletes experience it, musicians experience it, artists experience it, and many drivers experience it behind the wheel. Raw cars often require more attention and precision. That extra engagement pulls you into the present moment. You stop thinking about work, you stop thinking about stress, you stop thinking about tomorrow. You're simply driving. And in a world filled with endless digital distractions, that kind of mental immersion feels increasingly rare. But there's another reason flow matters. and it connects directly to the rare psychological trait we'll discuss later. Have you ever given a car a nickname? Talked to it? Felt guilty selling it? If so, you're not alone. Humans naturally form emotional attachments to objects that become part of important life experiences. Psychologists call this emotional transference. The object absorbs memories, road trips, late-night drives, first dates, personal victories, moments of healing. The vehicle becomes a container for identity. Raw cars accelerate this process because they require more interaction. You don't simply operate them, you collaborate with them. Their quirks become familiar, their sounds become recognizable, their personality becomes meaningful. Eventually, the machine starts feeling less like equipment and more like a companion. Most industries are obsessed with perfection, perfect efficiency, perfect convenience, perfect smoothness. But people with mechanical authenticity often prefer something else: authenticity. The steering isn't perfectly isolated, the engine isn't perfectly quiet, the ride isn't perfectly smooth, and somehow that makes the experience better. Why? Because imperfections create character. Your brain associates authenticity with trustworthiness. Something that reveals its flaws feels more real. This is why many people prefer live music over studio recordings, why handwritten notes feel different from text messages, why mechanical watches remain desirable despite digital alternatives. Raw cars tap into the same psychological preference. They're honest, and honesty creates emotional connection. But none of these traits fully explain why certain drivers feel emotionally disconnected from modern vehicles. The answer involves a rare psychological characteristic, and it might explain more about your personality than your choice of car. This is the hidden reason, the one most people never talk about: Analogue Intelligence. Analogue intelligence is the ability to process meaning through physical interaction rather than digital abstraction. People with this trait learn through doing, touching, feeling, experimenting, observing. They trust direct experience more than mediated experience. For these individuals, physical reality carries emotional richness that digital systems often fail to replicate. A raw car becomes psychologically rewarding because it provides direct, unfiltered interaction with cause and effect. Press the throttle, feel the response. Turn the wheel, feel the weight shift. Make a mistake, learn instantly. Everything feels tangible, real, human. Modern vehicles often remove layers of this interaction. The experience becomes smoother, but also more distant. And for drivers with high analog intelligence, that distance feels emotionally significant. Not because the technology is bad, but because the connection is weaker. At its core, this isn't really about cars. It's about something much deeper: control, presence, freedom, healing. Many people spend their lives feeling disconnected from the things around them, disconnected from their work, disconnected from their routines, disconnected from themselves. But when you're driving a raw, unfiltered machine, something changes. You become present. The engine demands attention, Putic. It's not escapism, it's reconnection. The car isn't solving your problems, it's helping you return to yourself. And perhaps that's why so many enthusiasts describe driving as therapy, because psychologically it often functions that way. So if you've ever wondered why raw, mechanical cars speak to you in a way modern vehicles don't, the answer may have nothing to do with horsepower, nothing to do with speed, and nothing to do with nostalgia. It may be because your brain values authenticity, feedback, mastery, and connection in a world increasingly designed around convenience. And that's not old-fashioned, that's human. So here's today's psychology question. When you drive your favorite car, are you trying to escape the world or reconnect with a part of yourself that the world makes you forget? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring the hidden psychology behind the machines we love, subscribe to Mechanical Psychology, because sometimes the most interesting thing about a car isn't the machine, it's the person behind the wheel.